If the goal of the Plishdim is solely to control the main international roads, why do they need an official up in the mountains? It's clear again that there's more to their strategic plans than simply controlling the roads. They want to control us too. If that's not enough, we see that another method of keeping us under their control was by ensuring that there was no metal workers among us. If we wanted to sharpen our tools, it was a pim. What's a pim? Unclear. It doesn't appear anywhere else in Tanakh, or elsewhere for that matter. And so there was always a difficulty with understanding this pasuk until a pim was pulled out of the ground. Even then, we probably wouldn't have been able to figure it out, except Hashem made it real easy for us. And the one we found even had the word pim etched into it, so there was no mistaking it. Apparently, a pim was a measurement. Until the times of the Persian period, like the times of the Purim story, in place of coins, payment was with chunks of silver. Coins came into use only a bit before the Persians, and even then were not used widely until the Persians made it common practice as a way of holding their vast empire. So, for example, Avram buying the Marat Machpelah for 400 shekel kesef, that doesn't mean he had 400 shekels in coins or bills. It means that there was a standard weight, or mishkal, which is where the word shekel comes from. It was the accepted weight used in trade. And you would have a rock with that weight that would go on one side of the scale, and you'd put on the other side of the scale the slivers or chunks of silver to get to that weight. But there were other measurements as well, and one of them was a pim, with this rock as its standardized weight. This pasuk then means that if a member of Am Yisrael wanted his farming tools sharpened, he had to go and pay a pim's worth of silver to have it done by the Plishti smiths. Notice what tight control they had over us, that they could determine that certain fields of work were off limits to us. This also brings to mind the nice picturesque depiction by Yeshayahu of beating swords into plowshares. Not only was this actually done in times of peace and tranquility, but we see from here that in times of war, the opposite would have been done. The plowshares would have been sharpened into weapons. As it turns out, though, this wasn't enough to stop Shaul's ambitions for independence. As such, it would seem that as opposed to his second attack on the Plishti camp, together with the weapon bearer, Yonatan's first attack, where he assassinates the Plishti official in Geva, may actually have been coordinated with his father. The Plishti response is quick in coming and incredibly forceful. For clarity and convenience, I'll pause here for today, and B'ezrat Hashem in the next video, which will be a bit longer than usual, we'll discuss the actual geography and strategy of the two prakim together.